My name is Tom Nussbaum. We're here at the Montclair Art Museum at the entrance to my retrospective, which has been brilliantly curated by none other than Gail Stavitsky. This show represents work from my entire life since I was 10 years old. And there are pieces representing every decade going forward. And we're going to start in 1964 or so and end here at the end of 2025. These are three little, what I call ice racers that I made when I was a kid. I was 10 years old, and I grew up in Minnesota, and it was really cold in the winter, and we were looking for stuff to do, and I figured out how to invent these little boats that race on the ice. And so I carved the erasers, I attached these wire paper clips and the tape, and then I painted the whole thing. And these pieces really kind of established that way of working. So I was doing a lot of ceramics when I was in high school and early college, and I made a shift to doing sculpture about ceramics. So this is a sculptural piece. It's actually made of clay. So this is called Tisket, named after the song, the Ella Fitzgerald song, Tisket Tasket. I have myself a basket. It's all made from clay. All the pieces are made individually, and then I built it with epoxy, gluing them together, and then painted it afterwards. And this piece also is establishing a way of working for me, which is very linear and with lines in space that I think repeats itself throughout the show. After doing this series of ceramic baskets, I started making them out of wood and making these sculptural pieces that use the subject of architecture being built out of wood. And so these pieces, this series, which represents about 10 years of work almost, are all pieces made of wood. I bought boards at the lumberyard, cut them up on a bandsaw, made them very irregular, built my own kind of crazy lumberyard, and then built these houses and figure forms from wood, using architecture as kind of the defining theme. In the 1990s, I made a pretty big shift in my work from using the stick pieces, building these pieces from lumber and sticks, to working with sheet metal. I wanted to do more figurative pieces, and I wanted my work to have more personal meaning. And so this particular piece is about the AIDS epidemic, and I saw a newspaper article about a guy who said if he found out his son had AIDS, he would shoot his son. And there was a photograph in this article illustrating what he was talking about. And at this time, we had a lot of friends in the art world in New York who were really, our community was really devastated by the AIDS crisis. And so I made this sculpture in a way to kind of talk about what was happening in our artistic community. So after working with the metal figures for a number of years, I wanted to make the figurative work that I was doing, I wanted to make it fully three-dimensional. Working with sheet metal, you're working with very flat materials, and I really wanted to bring the sculptures fully into sculptural space. these pieces really expand on the theme of psychology and family relationships and human relationships and the conscious self to the unconscious self, but they're also mythological in a way, and so people can bring their own stories to this work as well. So another big shift in my work after doing all those figures for many years, I felt like I had finished that series and I wanted to go back to the kinds of structural pieces that I was doing back in the 80s with those wooden houses. And this time now I'm working with steel, and it's a much looser material than wood, improvising as I go, building with steel and welding and bending and really making it up as I go along, real improvisational pieces. But you can see that they're still very related to architecture and making something and painting it. I kind of felt very light and free, and we have a whole gallery here of these works representing this series. In the last couple of years, I've been doing a series of line drawings that were very loose and improvisational. And I wanted to do a sculptural piece that was related to those drawings. And this is the result. This piece is called Jalopy. It's the newest piece in the show. I actually made it to fit the museum's space here. And I built it as it's a steel sculpture, and it's all cut steel, cut and welded. And when I first made it, I thought I'm going to paint it in color similarly to the previous sculptures that I had done. And then after working on it for a while, I realized I wanted, now that I had built a sculpture based on a drawing, I wanted to paint the sculpture to look like the drawing. So consequently, I ended up painting it black and white. And I'm really excited about it. I just finished this piece about 6 days before the show opened and delivered it here the next day, and we put it up just in time. And I'm very happy to have this here as part of the show, and it's a great way to end the show, being the absolute newest piece that I've made in my life.